are you handling with the pandemic over there in Finland?
Finland has been pretty good with pandemic.
Yeah.
We have had not very many cases. The society has been somewhat open all the time, so not very bad lockdowns.
Okay.
And at the moment it seems like it's under control, but we are still not having the Delta variant yet. And it will come eventually, and it will change things again. But at the moment, it seems like that life is going a little bit more back to normal. We have the first festivals this summer now. Actually, exactly last weekend was, I think, the first festivals in a long time. So it made world look like a normal place again.
When was the last time you played live?
That was the last show of Children of Bodom in December 2019.
Wow. So it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast, yeah.
I was doing some research about Moonshot, and there were some few things that I couldn't find. So I just wanted to know, how did you guys meet, and how did you decide to start a band?
It was Jussi, the guitar player, when his former band called Disco Ensemble, when they decided to quit a few years ago, then he already knew that he wants to keep creating music. And he started to think of a new band, and then he talked with his drummer in the same band that they will keep playing together, but something totally new. And then they called Ville, singer, who was the singer of Lapko, and Lapko had also been not quitting, but like very, very silent. And then Ville was really excited about the phone call, and he thought that this is going to be a great combination. Then they didn't have a bass player yet, and then they started to make songs, and when they had some songs ready, they heard that Children of Bodom is going to end. So then Ville called me and asked me that after Children of Bodom will I be interested to join their new band. And the band was not named yet, but it eventually became Moonshot.
But did you guys met from before, or he contacted you and then you met?
I knew Ville,
the
singer. He contacted me. He was the one who contacted me because I knew him. I met him many times, and we were kind of like friends.
So you guys have a different sound from which you previously were doing with Children of Bodom. So do you feel now you have more freedom, musically speaking? I mean, is it metal too restricted, maybe?
In Children of Bodom, Alexi was the one who wrote almost everything, and we arranged them together. So all the ideas were pretty much based on his songs. Even though I would have a lot of ideas, they would all fit into the metal music. So in a way, the situation is the same in Moonshot, because Jussi is doing songs in the same way that Alexi was doing our songs. Maybe there is more space in a way than in metal music, but then again, it's quite restricted within the song that we are talking about. So I wouldn't say that it's more freedom. I'm just in a very different world, in a new world. So I'm kind of like exploring this new world. Children of Bodom was its own separate world that I lived in for 20 years, and now I jumped into a new world that is probably as big, but which is totally new for me. So it's kind of like exciting to explore still.
So I was reading a bit about you on your webpage, and it said it described the music like 21st century rock. How do you define that?
Yeah, when we thought about how could we define our music in one sentence, it was hard. But then rock as a word was quite easy, because we are in a way traditional rock band with guitar, bass, drums, and singer. So that was easy. And then what else? We didn't want to call ourselves alternative rock or garage or grunge, or because they didn't fit us. And then somebody came up with just, you know, with the time 21st century rock, because we are, in a way, we are a modern band, but we're still rock. So then we are 21st century rock.
So you started making music when you were very, very young, and I think somehow Children of Bodom defined the sound of metal in the end of the 90s and 2000s. After all these years, and when you look back, what do you think it was the key to Children of Bodom's success and why it was so special?
We had always our own sound, and we believed in our own thing. We never really listened to anybody else. We just kept on doing what we started in 97, and then we worked a lot, we practiced a lot, and we toured a lot. So I think all those things in combination was the thing.
How did you guys experience making music during the pandemic? Was it difficult to adapt and start doing things online and composing and writing, all that process?
We have done the whole album actually during the pandemic. It was actually the first studio session. No, actually it was the second studio session when we did the last songs of the album. It was March, and then the pandemic really started to hit. In a way, it was easy for us because we had the album done when the pandemic really hit. So then we just kind of like did all the groundwork.
Okay.
Very peacefully. I mean, all the artwork, all the everything that's related to a release that you don't have to actually be together. So then we had a lot of time for that. Then we have done 4 music videos already. That was a little bit tricky with the pandemic because, you know, at certain point you couldn't have like certain amount of crew and blah blah blah. But the pandemic gave us time to do very thoroughly all the groundwork. Everything has been very smooth, except of course playing live, which is the big thing. So hopefully that will be soon changed.
When are you launching your first album?
22nd of October, and everything is ready, and we have a few more singles coming up before the launch before the release of the album. Hi, this is Henkka from Moonshot, also from Children of Bodom, and I want to thank on behalf of my colleagues that Chile has always been one of the most special places to us, and thank you everybody for all the support, and we are looking forward to see everybody with Moonshot in Chile